Today, Paul and I are going to show you how earthquakes work according to the plate tectonics model. Well, here goes. Let's start with the definition of an earthquake. Paul?
An earthquake is a ground shaking caused by the sudden and rapid movement of one block of rock slipping past another along fractures in Earth's crust called faults. Most faults are locked because of the confining pressure. There are still those times when a fault can suddenly slip, producing an earthquake.
Now how's that for a definition? Now you're probably asking yourself, what kinds of forces can cause these faults? Well, a guy named H.F. Reed wanted to figure this out too. So he studied a very famous fault, the San Andreas Fault, and concluded that over tens to hundreds of years, differential stress slowly bends the crustal rocks on both sides of the fault. Now let's see an example of how differential stress occurs slowly in rocks over time, until suddenly one day, earthquake. Take it away, Paul. As you can see, the forces Paul is exerting on the stick are beginning to cause the stick to rupture, in a way similar to that of an earthquake. Eventually, the frictional power of the stick can no longer keep the stick intact, and then... The only difference from the stick example is that in a real earthquake, slippage allows the deformed rock to snap back to its original shape, and when this occurs, earthquake. Let's see a model of how this works. Here's a model of how this works. Me and Paul are going to show you how differential stress occurs in rocks over time using a chocolate bar. Right, let's start then. Alright, Paul, you pull this way, and I'll pull this way. Differential stress, here we come. Alright, ready. And pull. Earthquake.
Now right here is the fault line of the earthquake model. In a real earthquake, something called seismic waves would ravage the area within several hundred miles, depending on the amount of energy produced by the earthquake.
Much death and destruction follows. So remember to be safe and pray that you don't get caught on one of these buggers. If you like this video of Paul and I,
We hoped you enjoyed this demonstration, and that it accomplished its purpose.
see you next time on Paul and I, the Science Guys. Let's see a model of how this works.